I love Undertale. It's 15% of my personality. The 10th anniversary of Undertale's release is either today or several months ago, depending on how quickly I make this video. To celebrate it existing for so long, I wanted to talk about my favorite moment in the game, a moment I've been thinking about since I first played it in 2016. Obviously, I'm going to be spoiling parts of Undertale, but if you're watching a video called My Favorite Moment in Undertale 10 years after the release of Undertale and you haven't played Undertale, you're doing it on purpose. I imagine the question you'll be asking while I ask the question you'll be asking is, why is Undyne's extended death sequence in a neutral playthrough your favorite moment in Undertale? Sit right here, little boy, and I'll tell you. On my first playthrough, I played as a pacifist because I looked up how to get past Toriel and Undyne like a damn dirty cheater. I missed out on the Metaton dictatorship ending. Sad. Despite that, I had a good time. I'd heard stories, however, of a unique route if you killed everybody. So, a few days later, I booted the game back up and played again. It didn't seem too different, except everybody died and everybody else was bothered by it. Then I got to Undyne. Things were mostly the same until I hit the final blow. Okay, this is it. This is where it really diverges, I thought. This is where that piano song on the soundtrack kicks in. That's a piano song. I'm sure it picks up soon. Okay, she's doing a second phase. It's gonna go crazy. Oh. Oh. After a few agonizing turns, the fight ended. I wanted to have a bad time, not a sad time. Nicely done. Very effective. Everybody snap and applause. Everybody snap. When I played this the first time, my hair was standing on end. The anticipation, the misdirection, the tragedy. It's the second biggest shock I experienced in the entire game, and it illustrates all the things I love about Undertale. The battles tell stories, different playthroughs reveal new sides of characters, and it uses choices and their consequences to reinforce its message. Undertale's combat system is as much a storytelling tool as a gameplay element. Its battle board is well suited to this. The way enemies attack or don't attack can tell a joke, add character, set a mood. A character can show you their state of mind with a slightly fucked up bullet pattern. Undyne's second phase is no different. The flurry of attacks, followed by weaker and weaker ones. You can see exactly what's happening without a single word expressing it. This moment only gains more weight on repeat playthroughs. Undyne melting is a shock, but if you've seen the lab, you realize what melting means. If you've played the actual genocide route, which I failed to do, you know what happens when Undyne's pushed even further. And on top of all of it, in another life you could have been burning her house down after she teaches you how to cook spaghetti. If the game tried to convey every side of her character in one playthrough, the story would have been bloated and confusing. Even more so with all the other variations of everyone else. Stories involving time travel and parallel worlds often touch on similar themes. Seeing the same person in different circumstances is a powerful narrative tool, and I think there's still a lot of untapped potential for this in games. Often, games that take narrative seriously aren't willing to give the player much control at all, but I see an opportunity to let the player discover hidden depth in how characters react. Right before this battle is a good example of this. As I mentioned, I was killing everyone this playthrough, so I also killed Papyrus. Normally, Undyne does an over-the-top speech about hopes and dreams right before your fight, but instead I got this. You can wipe out every monster you've met. Toriel, the dog troops, the teenagers, and you still get a variation on her bombastic speech. But Papyrus? If you kill Papyrus, Undyne hates you. And that leads to my last point, how the game uses choices to convey its message. If a game doesn't want you to do something, developers don't implement it. Red Dead Redemption 2, despite its commitment to realism and my numerous letters to Rockstar, has no button to shit your pants. In much the same way, there are thousands of games with no violence at all, because killing people takes a lot of work. Undertale gives you the choice so you can make it. The game is pretty clear on what it considers right and wrong, and yet at every turn it allows you to choose wrong. Why? Well, what does pacifism mean if you can't fight? A light is brighter when it's surrounded by darkness, and kindness matters more when it's a choice. You're choosing to put in extra work to forgive people who've tried to hurt you, and you're shown what it looks like when you don't. You're shown the ways people matter to each other and how they're missed when they're gone. You're shown how these enemies aren't really so dangerous. You're shown how hurting people, even those who hurt you first, leads to a life of anger and loneliness, surrounded by people who are afraid of you, hate you, or want to hurt you. It's a very Christian message. Somebody should get this game to the Pope. I could talk on and on. Actually, not really. This hits all the things I wanted to talk about, so I guess congratulations to me for being so smart.